tell me you were picking up this leg of the run?
Yeah, well, work's been a little slow lately, so I thought I'd do some honest smuggling between jobs.
Where's that sorry-ass ship of yours?
Monty, two boats like ours, meeting on an empty
Man,
rock like
this show really just doesn't
Screams
age.
contraband to the feds.
Huh? Oh, crap.
Always thinking, ain't you? Smart.
Pardon. Didn't see you guys come in. Tours have been light lately around here. It leaves a lot of downtime. It's just me and the 2 security guards, but all they care to talk about are carrots and orchard hay. I'm not surprised the board is cheaping out on facility funding with... well, just look around. Ain't no government spending happening here. To be honest, I have no idea who funds this place. I'm not even paid, but we still have lights, so I guess I still have a job to do. No AI gonna make slop of this caliber. Has everyone been staying warm out there? As we enter the holiday season, I'm more and more reflecting on my younger days. When things were more innocent, when toys and having fun was our prime directive in life. One of my favorite toys to get were always Legos. I got my first set probably around 9. It was that old Lego Technic C-3PO set. Being a kid on the spectrum, this kind of triggered an obsession for me with Legos. I collected quite a bit of them. Today's exhibit is predictably a Lego game. A PC release from 2000 titled Legoland, a roller coaster tycoon inspired product made by Chrysalis Software, a small 6-person team that consisted of 3 artists and 3 programmers. A PlayStation port of the game was originally planned, but it got cancelled due to hardware limitations. I got my hands on this game through the Lego Masterpiece collection that I found in my middle school's Scholastic Book Fair.
When you call and use your credit card, we'll include the Elephants issue as a gift. Plus, you'll also get the colorful collection of animal stickers and the tiger poster.
This 6-game collection deserves a more in-depth analysis, but today we only have time to cover this one entry. This title came out about a year after the first Roller Coaster Tycoon, though both games were in development around the same time. Legoland having started out in '98, so this was barely a clone, though it definitely took notes during that year gap between both releases. Alright, let's waste no more time and just jump right in.
Congratulations! You got the job as trainee park manager. Stop by tomorrow to meet the Legoland team. Attention everyone! Professor Voltage has an important announcement to make in the main building. Hey JP, that includes you too! Hey Rosie, you'll have to leave that pizza for later. Hey Bob, watch out for that ray! Hi, welcome to Legoland. Come through. Professor Voltage has a new invention. I've asked you all to come here to see my latest invention. I'm delighted to present to you my... Oh dear. Time machine! It'll never work! Never work indeed! I'll show you! Dearie me. If I can fix my time machine and use this duplicate array, we can fix the park in no time. I hope this all works out. Welcome to Legoland.
Okay, that's one heck of a first day on the job. We name ourselves and we head to the main menu. We have the usual load game, new game, as well as a section for promo videos for their parks.
Legoland California movie. Legoland wins a movie. Legoland Bylund movie.
Det land, hvor det er legebørn, der fører an. Er Legoland, Legoland. For eventyr og fantasi går fint i spand. I Legoland, i Legoland. Kom selv ind og se, her kan alting ske. Leg dig til god forstand. I Legoland, i Legoland.
Oplevelser, du kan bygge videre på.
That last one for the Dutch park was boppin'. Starting a new game, we get a briefing from the park duty manager, a made-up corporate Nepo position probably. He gives us a rundown of the current situation. We need to start rebuilding this park while we wait for Professor Voltage to fix his time machine. Here we get our movement and object placing tutorials. When you're done, Jonathan says, I'm head out. That's our cue that we've finished the level objectives. Now we move on to the next mission, learning about floral scenery and finances. We get told about the gardener, one of our park's employees we can hire and manage. Bob apparently went mad and planted obstructive hedges all over, which becomes a frequent thing. So we gotta rescue all the Bobs from their hedge prison and then have them plant some vegetation along the paths. Then Jonathan has us erase the 2 attractions that are stuck in the hedge squares and place a fountain in their place. And that's all for the flower lesson. In the next one we start off placing scenery around the park and hiring Bobs as before. We then get access to our first main attraction, the Space Tower ride. And we get told about electricity requirements for rides and build our first small power station. We are then given shops to build, which will make us some passive money. When we build them both, it triggers a cutscene. Lego science is just magic. Like, was it displaced by the formation of the ride, or did it molecularly turn into a working theme park ride?
4 or 5 seconds, it's done. This tuna looks boring. Stop having a boring tuna. Stop having a boring life. Add this tuna, put it here like this. Now you're gonna have a nice tuna salad. Look at this.
You're gonna have an exciting life now.
In our exit brief, we get some more tidbits about the controls. The next level introduces us to JP, the mechanic, who will fix rides when they break down. We spawn in some clones of her and set them to work. Finishing up, we head to the last level of the tutorial, where we start by planting flowers, and then we have to dismiss the gardeners. Next task is to add power and a boating school ride.
Ha-har! Ahoy, shipmates! All you cutthroat pirates, sail on down to the newly opened boating school.
Check out this little crystal smiley face. Then we get the Wild West cutscene. now we got the Western theme unlocked for our park. Our last task is to build one of everything in the Western tab in this sectioned off portion of the park. When done, our exit briefing pops up and we get promoted to full park manager. Alright, so the narrative is a little wobbly here. Apparently each level is another section of the same overall park. They keep referencing rebuilding the park like it's a definite singular, but each scenario makes it sound like it's a new park every time. The landscape changes and there's a park entrance in each. Maybe I'm just too slow to follow this Lego game for 10-year-olds. Seriously, how many entrances does a park have? Moving on. We get briefed on food stalls and seasonal visits from Mr. Bimble, the park inspector. Here we designate 2 sections for 2 different themes and get building. Then we unlock our first restaurant, the Octopus Cafe. Placing it down unlocks even more food stalls. And we're given a bunch of scenery pieces to fluff the park up for appraisal. We get our first inspection, not quite passing it this time. We do learn that we are given a certain number of chances to fill the required metrics for the park. The time between visits isn't tracked, which makes this mechanic a little drawn out and kind of annoying. But as for difficulty's sake, they are spaced pretty far apart, so you don't need to rush. But rest assured, you can indeed fail in this game if you put off your task list long enough. Now that we've been introduced to JP and the repair system, we're going to be hearing this non-stop.
Looks like something needs to be fixed.
And also this.
You can't put that over other buildings.
Or even this.
You're not allowed to build there.
I do tire swiftly of this man's voice, but I don't remember it bothering me as a kid. Just keep filling our park with plants and pass the inspection. Now on to level 2, we are once again tasked with building everything available to us. We unlock the driving school attraction, and I struggled with the logic of how it connects to paths. Once I figured it out, we move on to making the Western theme portion on this level. Predictably, we fail the first inspection again, which I believe happens on every level. It's just a part of the core gameplay, I guess. Once we place enough guff, we get a memo telling us the rest of the park has opened to build in. We start putting some Western pieces into the new section. After we build enough, we get another cutscene with our time-traveling professor. Now we get a castle theme to work with. For this part, the Western theme tab is removed, and we're tasked with replacing all the cowboy stuff with our medieval attractions. Once swapped out, we get our one and only roller coaster unlocked. It's a castle with dragon coaster carts, which is based on a real-life Legoland attraction. In fact, a lot of the objects in the game are or were real at one point. When you place it down, it only has the beginning portion of the track, so we gotta attach more and finish it. Once done, we get more scenery unlocked to flesh out the variety for inspections. After passing, we move on to the next stage. The Bob clones have gone mad again and covered the rides in hedge mazes, and we have to find just the right bush to delete on each attraction so I can link the paths to them so visitors can use them. Not a long level, but boy was it just an annoying gimmick.
Well, after the strange things that happened to us last time, it's nice to get back to normal. I'm sure absolutely nothing can go wrong this time. Can it? Click on the thumbs up button.
Jonathan, you have no idea, bud. So at the start of this one, we get a new power station that runs on those energy crystals all over the ground. It supplies 5 times the power of the small ones. When we place it down, we immediately get a cutscene. Once again, in this one, we're just tasked with building. First, some attractions and scenery pieces are unlocked. We get some fountains to place down now. After we make the garden area, we start setting up the western zone. Once we place all the pieces we have unlocked, a log flume ride shows up with some add-on pieces. Next is the castle zone, more of the same. Now we have one of the most frustrating obstacles in this game. Before we can progress, we have to find money that somehow went missing from the park entrance, and we have to delete and rebuild everything until we find it. They give you no hints to where it could be, and I swear I deleted the building that it was under. I deleted the building that it was under more than once before it finally triggered. But to dispel anyone's frustration here, it will always be under the Octopus Cafe shop. You're then given more plants and it's time to pass that inspection.
Congratulations, you have built a thriving park.
Level 5 has you building on the edges of the park area, as the center has a ring-shaped hill blocking it off, and the bridges to connect it are broken. So we start with some flora, as it's all we actually get to start off with. Putting 5 of each in the hedge area, we unlock the ice cream shop. We continue to fill the area with rides and booths.
Legoland newsflash. Rosie has just invented a new flavor of ice cream for the park. It's called Funky Chunky Pizza Dough. Anyone brave enough to try it gets a free glass of Bricola to wash away the taste.
Comment below if you wish Funky Chunky Pizza Dough ice cream was real. I know there's at least one of you freaks out there.
Curry chicken salad for tomorrow.
If only dinner were that easy.
Huh, yeah, dinner's always a production.
Well, Hazel, what were you going to make Harry for dinner tonight?
His favorite. Breakfast!
Popping back in, we get the carousel unlocked. Next, we build the western section up. We are requested to build a log flume that stretches around the whole outside of the center ring, which proved a little challenging when taking the paths into account. Once connected, we get told that the bridges are fixed and we can move into the middle. We start off with the sensory coaster and our newly unlocked Knight's Kingdom Joust attraction. Now we just gotta build up the rest of the level and add scenery so we can pass that inspection. I wasn't able to even get close to failing under normal circumstances, so in order to see what happened, I just waited around and purposely failed. As you can see, it's a very soft fail, just sends you back to the beginning of the level. On to the next zone, we get reports of actual, factual space aliens visiting other Legoland parks around the world and stealing entire rides right out of the ground. The level starts off with another time travel goof. And thus we get our final theme, Adventure. Time to rebuild everything all over again, as is the gameplay loop we have chained ourselves to. Starting with the western area, we get more and more scenery as we build. We eventually have the bridge repaired and more area open to expansion. And this is when the aliens hit. Out of nowhere, a huge chunk of our rides are abducted, literally just deleted into thin air. Jonathan urgently pleads with us to fill in the empty space with a log flume ride specifically. Seems odd, but alright man, can do. Once finished, we unlock new stuff. A balloon ride based on another real-life attraction at Legoland Windsor. The aliens come back and steal our castle-themed items, but we're given more items to rebuild with. We finally passed the appraisal on this one.
Well, I thought I'd seen just about everything, but Legoland park-loving aliens? I ask you. Well, things should be back to norm. Oh no. I'd better not say that after last time.
Yeah, don't jinx it, Johnny boy. Next level, just build from scratch.
Plant a bush.
Then we get prompted that it's too hot outside and we need to put our mechanics away, like their horses to a stable. Jonathan, I have some questions about your mental state. Anyway, time to hunt down some clones. Once they're all found, we get some water attractions to keep the guests cool. Then we get another wacky cutscene. Now we gotta replace the Western themes with our adventure stuff. We get some Egypt pieces and need to fill the rest out and pass the appraisal, being sprinkled with new objects to build along the way. Level 8 has more Bob clones losing their mind.
That Bob, he makes me laugh sometimes. He's had another funny turn overnight and planted out the park with hedges.
This time they planted a bunch of hedges in our empty park, and now we have to figure out where each of the 4 rides we can build are supposed to go. The only way to know if you're doing it right are the comments from Jonathan, getting praised for a correct guess. We finish and are given a heads up that the chances to pass each level are going to be more restricted for the last levels. Number 9 starts with a very restricted list of buildables, and there's really no trick to it. It's just a slow reverse attrition to the end, thanks to the Professor's blunders. Just build rides and unleash the Bobs. Now to our final level, we get dinosaurs. We gotta build them in the hedge area, and then you fill out the rest of the park as usual, placing every attraction and piece of scenery. This level requires you really fill in the park, lots of variety needed. Money got really tight on me, which made this level take the longest of all. When we finish, we get the last cutscene. Then we get this neat printable certificate of achievement with the, at the time, signatures of the president and CEO of the LEGO Group, as well as the worldwide managing director. This is a really cute addition to the ending. Now that we've beaten the game, we get to unlock free play mode with unlimited money, but we only get to pick a certain select few pieces to build with, so you can't ever use everything all in one park, which is lame. And I have to assume it's a vestigial leftover from when they were trying to put the game on the PlayStation. According to the game's lead programmer Mark Robjan, I'm really sorry if I mispronounced that, Legoland was going to include minigames. Quote, all minigames were removed from the game. Only 2 were designed. Wild West Lego got a Frogger type game where you had to lasso galloping horses without getting trampled. Jungle had a kind of river raid type game, but it was 2.5D, so it kind of had a Zaxxon look to it. I thought that the Jungle game looked ace. Thanks to the LEGO archiving site Bricks to Bytes, we have pictures of the original storyboards and concept art for the game, as well as animation scripts and timing charts, and some cut sequences. The concept art for all the characters is adorable. I'm going to leave links to all the relevant sources and downloads in the comment as usual. Thank you all for listening to me ramble. I really appreciate your time. If you like this kind of amateur effort stuff, feel more than welcome to sub. Leave a comment, maybe check out another one of my videos. None of them are good, but they're available. Well, until next time, stay saucy, stay legendary, and don't forget to call your grandma. She misses you, kiddo.